If you like what we're doing here at Dying to Tell You and wish you could see more and hear more from our guests, I want to encourage you to sign up at patreon.com/dying to tell you. There you'll find all of our callback episodes and exclusive video content available only to the Dying to Tell You community. That's patreon.com/dying to tell you. Every time we gear up to start a new season of Dying to Tell You, I think back to the guests that we've had over the past seasons, and I realize how important those people and their stories are to the success of the podcast and to me personally. So as we're getting ready to begin Season 4, we're going to re-release the first episode of each season. This week is Episode 1 of Season 2, Aimee. This episode is special because Aimee is the daughter of Season 1 guest, Linda. Linda was the first and only guest that became my patient, so I got to know Linda and her family in a different way than most of my guests. This episode is so touching and honest, and we laughed so much, even as we talked about a sad occasion. I hope you'll listen and laugh along with me and Aimee. This is Dying to Tell You.
Our family has a whole thing on you need to have nice panties on when you leave the house. I was talking to my aunt, and my aunt goes, Aimee, I'm going to give you money. You and your brother are going to go to Victoria's Secret and go buy your mom like a beautiful panty set. And I was like,
oh my God.
Yes. So we did some really weird things.
Man.
Someone else got all the food, but my brother and I were in charge of panties and alcohol. Oh, those were our two.
Oh, that's the dream, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
panties and alcohol. I mean, what more do you want on a day that someone's going to die?
For our sensitive listeners, this episode contains discussion of medical aid in dying, a process where a person with a terminal illness, less than 6 months to live, gets a prescription from a doctor that, when taken, will end their life. It's legal in Colorado, there's a vetting process, and the patient must be able to take it on their own. However, it does involve someone ending their own life. A few months ago, I sat down at my team's morning rounds, and my heart sank as I read Linda's name on the census. Linda, who was a guest on my podcast, was in the hospital. I went up to the oncology floor later that morning and met Linda's daughter, Aimee. I spent a good bit of time with Linda and Aimee that day and the next. Linda was somewhat confused, as you'll hear, and was sometimes afraid. But she did recognize me, and we had a nice time talking. Linda went home the next day, and a couple of days later, I woke up with an email from Linda, and this is what it said. Hi, Cody. Well, what a journey. Thank you for your love and support. I'm in hospice and have chosen today as my last day. Everyone that has listened to the podcast has thought it was great. See you on the other side. Linda. I have to say that I was taken aback. I knew that Linda had wanted to use medical aid in dying. We had talked about it before, and she had told me about it in the hospital. But still, it surprised me, and I felt a pang of sadness. After spending time with Aimee in the hospital, I knew I wanted to ask her to talk on the podcast about her experience with her mother's illness. And so a few weeks after Linda's funeral, I asked Aimee if she would be willing to talk. What I could not have known was how wonderful, insightful, and fun it would be. I sat down with Aimee, her husband, her son, and her daughter, and Aimee told the story. What you are about to hear is honest, sincere, deeply loving, and absolutely hilarious. Please enjoy this conversation with Linda's daughter, Aimee. This is Dying to Tell You.
Or maybe you could just take it from leaving the hospital, kind of what happened, and then we can talk a little bit more about whatever else you want to talk about, what you would do differently or whatever. So,
yeah, the hospital. So she was admitted from ER, and the one thing was that she's very claustrophobic. So getting an MRI was extremely hard. I think we did 3 of them. We knew, obviously she had cancer, so we knew all of that, but she had kind of gone downhill and got real confused, got a MRI done, CT scan, saw a lot of fluid, and then she got her, finally, after the 3rd one, she was super drugged up. the doctor was amazing. He made sure I was in the room and had to give us some really hard news of that well, he was a brain surgeon, so he was very matter of fact. It was like, here's what's happening. There's a plug. It's not going out. We're still kind of confused as to like what was happening. I said, so here's the problem, or here's the challenge that we have. My brother lives in Australia. What do we do? Like, how do we, if it was your brother and your mom, what would you do? And he said, I would tell my brother to get out here immediately. So not only were we dealing with the fact that my mom was going to pass away, and they gave her a week to 3 months. So that was it.
That's a big difference too.
That's a huge
week
difference
versus 3 months.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, do we, how do we do this? Yeah. Like, but we can give her steroids to kind of slow the process. And I was like, Andy, you got to get out here now. We're going to do this. And I said, so what if we were to not give her the steroids? What would happen? And he said she would probably just get real sleepy and just kind of go to sleep, but not die. She would be stuck in her body. So she'd be able to hear everyone, but she wouldn't be able to talk. She wouldn't be able to move her limbs. He goes, it would be torture.
Yeah.
And
like
so,
yeah.
So
for a claustrophobic person.
Right. Yeah. So she was already like kind of feeling real stuck in her body. She like literally just wanted to sit up. She just wanted to sit up. She wanted to sit up. Like every time I turn around, she's squirming in her bed. I just want to sit up. I'm like, Mom, why do you need to sit up? I have to sit up. And I'm like, yeah. So that was hard to watch that. But they gave her the steroids, and it was like this magical. It was magical. And I think that day that we came home, so she ended up, that was Tuesday. And we could not, like, between trying to get all the communication, a lot of miscommunication. There was a lot of things that needed to happen for her to go home. But the doctors that were rounding were like, we're going to make her go home like Wednesday, period. She should have gone Tuesday. And she kept asking me Wednesday when I came in, what day is it today? I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday. 5 minutes later, what day is it today? Wednesday. Okay, Aimee, what day is it today? Like, seriously, I was like, Mom, it's Wednesday. What's going on? She's like, I was supposed to go home Tuesday. I said, you are going to go home by Tuesday. She's like, oh, fine. Okay. And so then when we were able to get her home, it was good. It was hard though. I had to leave her because she had to go on the ambulance. And
oh, yeah.
She was very confused. And I didn't realize how confused she was until we pulled up in front of the house, and I could hear her crying. And in the ambulance, she was just like, Aimee, where am I? What, you guys, where did you bring me? Where's my daughter? Where did she go? Where's Aimee? And so, that was really, really hard to just hear. She was so confused. And that was kind of like on course for the rest of the week. But we got her home, and, just a couple times, even I said to her, okay, Mom, you're home, or, you got your stupid hospital bed I told you would never get, and it's here. It's ready for you. Did
it go in her room?
It did go in her room. Yeah. We got it into her room and got her bed. And so her bed was out here in the living room, piled up in pieces, and she got her bed. So she was very excited about it. And it seemed to be comfortable. So we got her out to here, and she was on a gurney, and they had to, I said, Mom, I'll be right back. I'll go. I need to go and make sure everything's fine. The kids set it up, so I don't know quite what's happening. Dwayne was overseeing it, but I just want to double check and make sure everything's fine. So I go in and I come back out, and she's crying again.
Already.
Where did my daughter go? Yeah. So she was very confused. So it was really hard to see what was going on. Yeah. And then they had to they had to pull her up on these like magic carpet. It was like this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It had these like handles on it, and they had to pull her in because we have such an old house. Our hallways are super small,
narrow,
very narrow. So she had to be pulled in on that. We called her the Queen of Sheba because she walked in, and she's like, she didn't quite know where she was, but she knew she knew she was home. So we got her situated in her bed, and then you could tell she kind of had a better piece about her, but she had, that afternoon, we got her home at like 1, and then at like 4, she had her MAID appointment.
So MAID, Medical Aid in Dying.
Yes.
And this was the second appointment with a doctor.
Right. It was her second appointment. So
okay.
She had done, so she knew in the very beginning that this is what she wanted. She knew she did not want anyone to have to care for her. Her, as she had said in her podcast, like she had to care for her husband, and it was horrible. It was just a horrible, long death. And she did not want to have to do that again. And she didn't want anyone to go through it. So she had already planned to do it 2 years ago. And then when we moved her here, I said, well, they have it here in Colorado. She goes, oh, well, then perfect. That was kind of one of her deciding factors to come and live with us. So she had already, her palliative care doctor and had already okayed it, like was all in. And then you get your second appointment, and that doctor was not comfortable the first time that she had her appointment.
And it was because she didn't think that 6 months was...
Yeah, she thought she had longer.
Longer than 6 months, right?
Yeah. So she was like, I don't feel comfortable giving you, being okay, but talk to me when we get a little bit closer. So we had that appointment, and her and I took it together, and I guess the doctors who were at St. Joe's, she had just gone through a death with dignity with like one of her friends that day before. And she was like, it was so beautiful. I'm totally going to make sure they have all the information they need to approve you guys. So we had the interview, and it was a sure thing. Yeah, there was no question about it. So it was like, all right, Mom, here we go. And that was on Wednesday. My brother arrived Thursday night.
Goodness.
Yeah.
It was quick.
It was very
considering.
Yeah, it was.
He came from a long way.
He did. He came from. Yeah. So we didn't think he'd get here till Friday, but he ended up getting here on Thursday night at like 6 or something, and he had about 6 hours layover or 10-hour layover in San Francisco, so he got some time to like take a deep breath. Yes. And I would FaceTime him. And here's what was the hard part is that she was on these steroids. She was up and walking around. She was up and walking around. She was cracking jokes. She was still a bit confused.
She's a little bit confused
She's still, there were still times, like one time we were all out here playing cards, and she just loved playing King's Corners. That was her thing. And so we were all out here playing. I think this was the day of, right? I think it was a day of. It was a day of her death. We were out here playing, and she looked at me. I was sitting across from her, and she looked at me, and she goes, "You know who would love this card game?" And I'm like, "No, who?" And she goes, "My mom. Her mom taught us this card game."
Gotcha.
So, and that was the other thing, like in the hospital, she kept asking, she's like, "So is Andy going to be at the house when we get there?" And I was like, "Well, he's on his way. So I don't know if he's going to be at the house when we get there, but he'll be there soon enough." And she's like, "Okay, how about my mom? Will my mom be there?" Oh. And I said, "Well, she can't make it, unfortunately. She's just not going to be able to make it right now. So, but you will see her soon enough." And she's like, "Okay." And then she asked probably about 2 or 3 more times if her mom was going to be there.
Yeah.
She just kept looking at me. "I just want my mom." And I was like, "I get you."
Yeah, right.
I get you. So that was, she just kept getting very, just super, super confused. And like one time, Reshmi, my sister-in-law, and my nephew were FaceTiming, and they wanted to say hi. And so I put the phone kind of in front of her while she was talking. She looked at me like, I still cannot get that look out of my mind. She got real like confused, was like, "Help me. What? I don't know who these people are. Where am I? Like, what's happening?" I said, Oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. Okay. So remember, we're at home, and this is Reshmi and Isa, and they wanted to give you a call and just see how you were. And she's like, "Okay." And I was like, "You have a lot of people who love you." And I just held her hand, and she kind of found her way through that. But it was just hard. It was hard. At night, she got real confused because that's when her steroids would wear off. Yeah. So one of us always slept in the room with her. The last night, we actually had my brother and I had a slumber party in her
Nice.
in her room. Yeah, she wanted both of us to sleep in there. And I was like, and yeah, she peed like every 2 hours when I was in there. She peed twice when my brother was in there. Jerk. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. So she loved having the both of us in there and sleeping with her.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was good. But we also were preparing for what we knew it was coming.
Let's take our time now. Nobody likes an avalanche when it's falling on best laid plans. And I wanna love you just like I did when I was young, for the world went and pulled out the rug.
And I will tell you, it was hard. We knew this is what she wanted. And when we went to tell her sisters, and I told this to everyone, it does not matter how I feel about it in this moment in time. On Monday, we can talk all we want about it. But right now, we're going to just support my mom. Yeah. We're going to love her where she's at. We're going to honor her. And that's what we're going to do. My sister-in-law, she has 5 family members. 4 of them have died in horrific accidents and not prepared, right? And so she's like, I don't get it. Like, don't you want to spend all the time you can? So it was hard for her. Yeah. It was hard for my brother because he was just like, wait, hold on. But at the same time, we we're like, this is mom. This is what she's going to do.
Did he know? He knew all along that this was part of the plan.
Yeah. So we used to have like family meetings, and the 3 of us would sit down and talk and be like, okay, here's your wishes. Make sure everyone hears it. Make sure I was her executor and her medical power of attorney, but everyone heard it. We all knew. We knew this is what was going to happen. We knew all the things. So, but it was still, it didn't make it easier at all. No. Other than we knew this is what she wanted. Yeah.
I want to ask you a little bit about the process, but I think that's really an interesting point because if somebody dies suddenly in a car accident, of course you're not ready for it.
Right.
And if somebody has a long, drawn-out death where they're on their deathbed for days and days and days and days, and then they die, you're still not ready for it.
Right.
And if you've been planning for medical aid in dying and that's what happens, you're still not ready. Right. I just think that people think that you're going to like somehow plan away the grief.
No.
But you just can't.
No.
You just can't plan away that grief.
And I think someone called this grief anticipated grief.
Yeah, anticipatory grief for sure.
And it was, I will say every single person that we came in contact with was beautiful. Like just the way they handled us. Hospice. I mean, my mom and I were very, we were very sarcastic and very just, I know, can you believe it? And very real with one another, which add my brother in, and it's like 3 times that amount. The 3 of us together are ridiculous. And it was just, here's a great example. A sweet hospice lady is coming. I have to laugh about, literally, we're like, we can make a sitcom out of like 72 hours that we had. Yeah. So she comes in, she's like, kind of going through all the things and asking questions. And she gets to, have you ever had any issues with alcohol or drugs? And my mom just kind of like sat there like, I don't know how to answer this. And my brother's like, yes. Oh, my God. Yes, she has. And she's like, oh, okay. So which one? Both. Oh, I mean, and this poor, and my brother and I, we kind of looked at each other. I'm like, bring it down just a little bit. I know you're going through your stuff, but this poor woman does not need to go through our stuff. But hospice was beautiful. And that's the thing. Like, they came over. Apparently, the week that she passed away or came home was a very busy hospice week. And so apparently a lot of people were going on hospice that week. So this, like, people coming to our house was very delayed. People coming and helping was everything was very delayed. I don't know. God had a plan in that. I had to let it go and be like, because I'm like, oh crap. Like, it just literally dawned on me while I was driving home. I went, oh, I have to take care of my mom. Like, I have to wipe her butt. And I swear I would never do that. Like, that was my one rule, is that I will not wipe her butt. I just won't. Like, I'm not crossing that. I don't know why that was a thing for me, but that was a thing for me. And I was like, okay, here we go. And my girlfriend was like, oh my gosh, I hope you guys get approved for MAID, because like, how are you going to do this? I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know. We'll figure that out, you know. Yeah.
So you did the Medical Aid In Dying interview.
Got approved.
You got approved. Did you have to go get the medication then?
So the lady from Kaiser came over, and I'm telling you again.
She came to the house?
She came to the house.
Was it a nurse or a pharmacist?
It was a nurse. Yeah, it was the nurse who runs the whole program. And she sat with us and was so sweet. Was so, like, just walked us literally through every single, like, it's going to arrive here. This is what's going to happen. This is what you're going to do. And it arrived while she was here.
Oh, no kidding.
So,
wow.
Yeah, it was just...
It came to the house? Somebody brought it to the house?
Yeah, because it was a Friday.
Yeah.
She got approved on Wednesday. We had to sign some more papers. And then she had to come over and watch us sign papers. But I couldn't sign it. My brother had to sign it. And so, because I'm the power of attorney and her executor, so I couldn't sign it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then she was the witness. So it worked out. So then we had, and like, the pharmacist was leaving, and we knew we wanted to do it Sunday. Like, which is hilarious, because she's like, it's going to be Trinity Sunday. It was not Trinity Sunday. Yeah. So yeah, she's like, realized that, I think my brother asked her, like, hey, why are we waiting till Sunday? And she's like, because it's Trinity Sunday. And then about a couple hours later, she goes, on Saturday, I think, she's like, yeah, tomorrow's not Trinity Sunday. So we had to. That was really sweet. That was adorable.
But she chose Sunday.
Sunday is the day she chose, because she thought it was Trinity Sunday. It wasn't. That's fine, whatever. So we had the stuff from Friday, and the pharmacist was leaving early that day. So literally, they just got it all for us. It was amazing. Came in a bag. We already had directions, but then it comes with directions. So we had, like, extra directions on how to do it. And the one thing that, like, everyone was asking us was, do you have a nurse or just hospice? Do they mix it all for you? No,
they won't.
They will not mix it, nor will they administer it.
Nope.
And the person who is taking it has to be cognitive enough to take it themselves. And that was an eye opener for us, because my brother was like, yeah, so, like, there's going to be a doctor there, and he's going to, like, give her the pills. And I was like, no. He was like, so what happens? So they walked us through it. We got apple juice. Apple juice was to make it not taste so bad. Apparently it didn't work, because she didn't. Yeah, I'll get to that part, but yeah.
Don't skip ahead.
Yeah, don't skip ahead yet. Yeah, so we got it. We put it up in the thing, but we just sat with it in our house for a couple days.
Weird feeling.
So weird. We just put it up in our closet, and kind of just, I don't know, that weekend seemed a little surreal. Like, it just seemed.
I can imagine. Yeah.
My brother, his coping skill is staying busy, and he cleaned the whole entire house. Literally moved all the furniture, mopped. He redid our kitchen.
Oh. Is he still in the country?
I'm not sad. Yeah, right?
Come visit?
He just left yesterday. Dang it.
Come visit my house.
I know. So, I mean, he stayed busy, and I think he didn't even see my mom on Saturday. I don't think. He just never went into her room. He was really struggling with it a lot, and it was hard. It was really hard. And we both were struggling for different reasons and different ways. And, to be honest, I really didn't think that I would be as have as much grief as I do. Mm-hmm. But that's for another podcast.
Yeah, sure.
But it's just very interesting. So anyway, back to the story at hand. So Saturday, we just kind of all hung out. Her friend was here. Oh, Friday, my brother was like, my youngest son had a baseball game. And he's like, she just was not, she was tired. She was not feeling good. It was later in the day. She was exhausted. And he's like, too bad. Get dressed. You're going.
Oh, y'all made her go out?
Made her go out. This is Friday.
That's great.
Mind you.
Good for her.
And she went to the baseball game and sat in her little thing. And she came home. She said that was the best thing ever, And it was cool because Titus, had his grandma watch him for the last time. And it was really cool. It was cool to have her there. And but her friend was there, and she just said that she would invite her friend to stay for Sunday night. And my daughter came over, and she's like, you better go take care of this because she's inviting people to Sunday night. And I was like, no. Like, this is already weird enough as it is.
I'm gonna start my weekend out right. Gonna live it up in my downtown. I got a new book, and its words would look just right. This is sunlight, work on my sunburned old day. The crow in my hand and I don't need any plans to have the time that I'm looking for. Saturdays are what my weeks were made for. We got that sunshine and good time. We're living our best lives down off Seminole Drive. We're getting sky high.
So Saturday was just weird. We just kind of all hung out. My big boys were here, and so they got to hang out with her. And just kind of like life is normal-ish Saturday. And then she knew what she wanted for her last meal. She wanted eggs Benedict, mimosas in the morning. And then in the afternoon, she wanted steak and lobster. She wanted, what else did she want? I forgot what else we had.
Salad.
No, she did not want vegetable. That was me. I was like, I cannot put food. She's like, no, mashed potatoes. That's what it was. She wanted steak and lobster and mashed potatoes. She wanted 0 vegetables. So we kept them down at the other end of the table. She was like, don't tell me I have to eat a vegetable.
That's so funny.
Is it? Yeah.
That's great.
Don't tell me. So I have amazing friends who I gave the list of all the last meal foods to. And they're like, we love you enough to go and do this. This is so bizarre. I'm like, it really is. So, and they came and said hi to my mom. They met my brother. They were just like, this is so bizarre. I'm like, and my mom's just walking around.
Yeah.
And I had to call, we had a friend who is a nurse, and I called her and I was like, okay, I need you to walk me through this because I'm struggling with the fact that she's doing fine. But I know that she's not doing fine.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she was fine. Like, literally, she was a little bit confused here and there. But for the most part, she's like walking around with her walker. I think she had her cane at the end. Like, she just was walking around. No big deal. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah. And it's hard to think, you see somebody who's doesn't look sick and think, oh, they're going to die tomorrow.
Right.
Are we gonna cut this short?
Right.
Really?
Yeah. Like mentally, I understood what was happening, but my heartstrings were like, I can't do this. I can't be a part of this. We did have hospice come and give her a shower. So she got a shower and she got her toes and nails done because my mom had to have her nails done. Like she had to have her nails done. She had to have her toes done. And so a lady came over and hospice had like kind of helped us arrange that. And they also had someone come over and explain that like, hey, can you go over and give someone their last bath? But know that she's totally fine.
Yeah.
Know that not she's fine, but know that she's, and the lady came over and she's like, I feel so honored and privileged to do this. And she came and gave her a great bath and shower and washed her hair and did her hair for her. And then my mom put on her outfit that she was going to pass away in. And we're like, no. Let's change your clothes. That is for tomorrow. Like,
she's jumping the gun.
She was very excited. I will tell you, it was so strange. It was so bizarre.
She was excited for what?
To be done. To just not have to deal with this anymore. She was ready to go and be with her mom and be with her dad and be with her husband. And she was just literally like she could not she was so excited. So she got all cleaned up and we were all set for Saturday. And then I think we had Taco Bell. That was her favorite, like, going out thing. So we had Taco Bell. Oh, this is the best part. Our family has a whole thing on, you need to have nice panties on when you leave the house. Did I tell you the story?
No, but my mom used to say that all the time.
It must have
Make
been
sure you're wearing clean underwear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always, right? Make sure so like when my mom got transferred over here, I didn't bring her clothes. I brought her clean underwear.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what? I was like, you need to travel in clean underwear. That's
what they say.
That's what my aunt always told me. My grandma always told me. And so I was talking to my aunt, and my aunt goes, Aimee, I'm going to give you money. You and your brother are going to go to Victoria's Secret and go buy your mom like a beautiful panty set. And I was like,
oh my God.
yes. So my brother and I are like literally walking around. Yes, I'm telling you, we did some really weird things. I'm
man.
I was telling, someone else got all the food, but my brother and I were in charge of panties and alcohol. Oh, those are our two.
Oh, that's the dream, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
panties and alcohol.
alcohol.
I mean, what more do you want on a day that someone's going to die? My daughter was in charge of her death playlist.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
DJ.
she was the DJ, got that all set up for her.
The Death Day DJ.
Yeah, it was like,
All right.
what do we call it? Like, she's like, what do I name this? Like the death list, the death playlist? Like, so Trinity, she's more of our reserved a little bit. She kept her and my sister-in-law, like, okay, guys. But we would talk about it. We just don't need to write it down. Yeah. So my brother and I went and got her panties at Victoria's Secret, hot pink, and like boy shorts that she would never wear. And she ended up, like, we had to wash them a few times during that day because that was part of the brain thing, was that her incontinence. So we had to wash her pants and her underwear like 2 or 3 times, but we made it through. And then my brother and I went and got 2 bottles of champagne, a very nice bottle of tequila, very nice bottle of tequila. Oh, and some nice bottles of wine for my mom. So we felt like we were doing justice to the whole situation. Yeah. Oh, and the candles. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm getting that. Yes. Yeah, there's a whole, I'm telling you, like, we could seriously write a sitcom on what happened in 72 hours. So, so we get everything ready. Sunday comes, we have brunch, and it was it was super sweet. It was really fun. We laughed a lot. Some of the kids' friends actually came over. They didn't get to say goodbye to their grandma, and they were really close to my mom, so they came over and had brunch with us, and we had, so good. It just, all the food was great. Everything was so good. My mom was very excited. And then we just kind of hung out a little bit, and her friend left, and played games, and my big boys were still here, but they had to go, so they had to say their goodbyes. And then we had ribeye and lobster tails, and like, seriously, the best food. It was...
Sounds good.
It was really, really good. And then we had to wait 5 hours.
Why'd you have to wait 5 hours?
Because you have to make sure that the medication is like not blocked by food.
Gotcha.
Let me tell you, that was the longest 5 hours. And we were running an hour behind. So we had it all planned out that she would take it at 9:30, blah, blah, blah. So here's my tip if I were to do it again. Don't do dinner. Just do a nice brunch, or do dinner the night before and try to sleep through the night and do it first thing in the morning. But that was probably the worst part about it. Those 5 years, it actually felt like 5 years. Yeah, it did. So we had brought her chair out here so she could hang out with the whole family. And at one point, everyone's on their phone. She goes, "Oh, what are you guys doing? Texting your friends to tell them you're waiting for your grandma to die in 5 hours?" And I was like, okay, yeah, this is really getting dark. And I was like, Mom, she goes, well, that's what we're doing. And I was like, right, that is what we all just started laughing. Because there's and that's literally what we were doing.
Yeah.
So what did we do in those 5 hours?
You don't want to not wait.
Right. You have to wait.
Use the medication, then it didn't work.
And it takes too long. And yeah. So I was like, Mom, look, I mean, I don't want to like not let you eat what you want to eat, but you are going to not eat a lot. Like just, you need to like back it up. Like just, you get to have some of it, but you don't get to have all of it because we're already an hour behind on our schedule.
We need to get you.
We need you to drink the drink by this time, you know, and that's the other thing is like, they explained to us, like this could take anywhere from 30 minutes to 12 hours.
I think that's, I mean, for people that might be listening, I think it's really important to know because a lot of people think you drink the thing and then done. You just like fall asleep and die. And that's not really how it goes for most people.
And that's not how it went for Linda.
Yeah.
Like
Linda has to do things her own way.
Thank you. I'm so glad you know her that way. She did do things. And that, you know, that's one thing that we would have changed too, was just probably organized it a little bit differently and maybe just done brunch or had dinner for brunch or done something like that. But we definitely would not have done it. So then it was time to like kind of get her into bed and stuff. And she was so excited. And I was like, why is she so excited? She should be like relaxed by now. We forgot to give her the medication you're supposed to give her like the hour before. I'm like,
oh no.
Okay. Well, and my brother's like, hey mom, you need to take these. I'm like, by the time we say our goodbyes, it'll be an hour. But it was to help her to not throw up and to like be relaxed.
Anxiety. Yeah.
She had no anxiety. Let me just tell you. That woman.
Sounds like it.
She was, and I'll tell you, like the closer it got to it, the harder it got for everyone else. I know my youngest, he was really like, it's just hard, right? It's hard at 16. It's hard at any age to try to go, shoot, my grandma's about to pass away and I'm not going to see her again. So that kind of got hard, but my brother and I we kind of wanted to have an only family. We didn't realize it was just going to be he and I, but we knew like Dwayne came in later, but it ended up being just him and I, and which was fine. Like it's totally the way it probably should have been. His wife and their 2 sons were watching through FaceTime from Australia. They did. Yeah, they didn't get to come. So they were watching from Australia, and my big boys had to go home because they were flying standby. So they had to. And then Trinity was hanging out with Titus. And so it just kind of worked this way. But I will tell you, like, my brother and I will forever have that bond of like, so I'm putting the gloves on they're very specific on how to do it. Like everything is laid out. It was very step by step, what's going to happen, what to expect, what hour. They gave you an actual schedule to follow. So there's one full page that you write in what you're going to be doing at each time point. So it's very thorough. You really don't. You just follow the schedule. So we went to go mix it and we put the 2 ounces in and we have her favorite wine glass. And then she has to drink it out of a straw because you just want all of it to get down there. So we're mixing it up and I'm thinking, my brother's like, I'm going to totally help you mix this up. Did not help at all. He just kind of sat there and I was like, cool, this is cool. Okay, let me mix. So we mix it up, shake it up, but you got to do it right away because it like hardens apparently, or I don't know. It gets too thick. I don't really know how. I don't know really. I was like, all I knew is that
you're supposed to.
We had to say our goodbyes before we mixed. So, and we did. My mom, she just. It was time for her to get into bed. She jumped into bed.
She didn't want me to say goodbye?
Yes, she didn't. She's like, she was not going to say goodbye to anyone. She's like, I'm done. Let's go. We're ready. I don't need to say goodbye to anyone. And I was like, Mom, say goodbye to the kids, please. Like, can you say goodbye? Okay, bye. Good to see you. Okay, bye. Great. And they're crying. Yeah. They're like crying. And she's like patting them like, okay, great. I have something to do. You're kind of keeping me from that. And both of them are just like sobbing. And she's like, okay, miss you. Like, can we move on? And literally, I am not kidding. She had her fancy shoes on. She flings them off, right? And jumps into bed like a 5-year-old on the day before they're going to go to Disneyland. Like this is like so jumped, like jumped into bed, got into bed. I mean, just like, boom. Okay. Let's do this. And I'm like, Mom, but okay, hold on. We want to say goodbye. And so we had lit candles all around And so it was just like, we had like the music going, and it was really like a sweet environment, minus my mom and her strangeness. But she said, she said goodbye to me, and she was super sweet. She was just like, she goes, Aimee, I love you. You took me in, and you didn't have to. And your family just means so much to me. I love you so much. And then she turns to my brother, who, mind you, lived with her all his life, went ups and downs. He was there for her, protected her from very just horrible situations. And this is what her final words were to him.
Oh, man. Get ready.
Oh, Andy, my little tyrant. You have cleaned this house so well, and the house looks so beautiful. Thank you.
That's it.
And my brother looked at me, and he was like, and I was like, is that it? Like, we're just.
Did you prompt her?
I was like,
there's probably more you want to say.
I didn't know. I think I was just totally shocked. And it was just the three of us. Like, Dwayne was gone. The kids had gone to their friend's house. Like, it was just the three of us. And I was like, oh, what did she just say? And like, we took them off of FaceTime so we could just have this moment with us. So we could have this like deep interaction, share sweet stories. And that is the last words to my brother. My mom said, you tyrant.
Thanks for cleaning the house.
It looks great.
Say goodbye, Caroline Rose. Well, I remember in my hometown, I met a pretty girl there. Well, I remember in my hometown when I met a pretty girl there, and her little white dress at the county fair. She took my hand, we made some plans, and our love did grow. She took my hand, we made some plans, and our love did grow.
Okay.
All right.
So that was that. We kind of looked at each other, and I was like, time to give her the string immediately. She's already.
He's like, she needs to go.
The hole is dug. Like, let's just go. So I walk over and I mix the stuff, and I was like, all right, Mom, here we go. Like, mix it, give it to her in her glass. And she starts sucking it down. And halfway through, she goes, oh my God, this is disgusting. And I was like, oh crap. Like, and I said, oh, well, Mom, finish it up and you can get your ice cream.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing, is that you get a chaser.
Oh,
but
good.
it can't have any like nuts or seeds. It has to be something soft. So she wanted mint chip ice cream, and she got a shot of tequila with us.
Nice.
So we did, she drank it as much as she could, and there was like a little bit left. I'm like, oh my God, is this going to make a difference? Like, shoot. And you'll see why at the end. I think it might have made a difference, but probably not. I don't know. Who knows? So anyway, yeah, it's Linda. Remember that this is what we're dealing with. So we give it to her, and she's like, okay, well, that wasn't so bad. Oh God, I'm feeling really tired.
Immediately?
Yeah,
like that?
It was like that. She took the ice cream, like 2 bites of ice cream. She got her shot of tequila, and she coughed. I will never forget the sound of the cough. It was like, if you've heard someone die before, they have like this real raspy cough that happens. She had 2 of those coughs, and then she was out, and it scared her. You could tell that she was scared. She like coughed, and like she got a little bit of terror in her eyes of like, oh my God, what did I just do?
Really?
And then she coughed again, and then she went to sleep.
Oh.
And that was it. So there's 3 levels that they go through. So they drink it, you go to sleep, you go into a coma, and then you pass away. So she went to sleep probably within, 30 seconds to a minute. And
I'm shocked. I didn't realize it would happen that quickly.
Yeah, it was super quick. The sleepy, she's like, oh, I'm so sleepy.
Oh. Okay.
But don't let that fool you to what was coming up next.
I'm here for what's next, yeah.
So 10:30 was when we gave it to her. This woman did not pass away until 12:58 the next morning.
PM.
AM.
Oh, AM.
Yeah,
okay.
so So it took her 2.5 hours, which it should, I mean, they told us it could happen, but here's the great thing about it. So we called hospice. We're like, okay, she took it. We're listening to music. We're crying. We're laughing. This is before. Oh, wait, hold on. But something else happened. So we're watching my mom. She has that like rasp and she's just like barely breathing. We're thinking, okay, this is the end. So there's my brother, my mom, me, and then there's this row of candles like on these stools here. And Dwayne comes behind to kind of give me a hug and kind of support me. And Reshmi is looking from the opposite side of the room, like on. And all of a sudden, I hear Dwayne go, "Oh, God!" And I looked over at the phone, and you see them laughing. Dwayne's shirt was on fire, so he's like ripping his shirt off. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm on fire! So he whipped it off, and literally had caught on fire. And Reshmi was like, "It was all I could do. Not like this is a very like peaceful moment. No, this is Linda.
This was a peaceful moment.
It was." Yeah. So we had that. Dwayne almost caught on fire.
We just get a text message. Your dad just caught on fire.
Oh yeah. So that was the other thing. Yeah. the kids, so the cousins were texting each other back and forth of here's what's going on. And they were doing screenshots and stuff like that. So they were still involved. They were still there, but we were dying laughing. She was like, and then Trinity was like, the next day goes, did Dad really catch on fire? I'm like, yes, he did. It was awesome. So it was in the midst. It was like an hour in too. And so we just kind of all sat there and, talked and laughed and drank a lot. Just my brother and I drank a lot of tequila, which was fine. And we're okay with that.
Everybody was okay.
Yeah, he was our DD. He's our designated driver in this whole situation. But yeah, she took her time. She really did. But the hospice guy comes over and couldn't get a pulse. Couldn't get a pulse on the reading, couldn't get a pulse on the cuff, and could barely feel her pulse. He's like, yeah, she's still alive. I'm like, my God, of course she is. She's not going to go out easy. Like, this is just not going to be it. So he kind of looked up her records and stuff. He was like, did you give her all of it? And I was like, yes, this is all that was left. And he was like, okay, yeah, you're fine. And I was so, for a second, my stomach just fell. Yeah. And he's like, okay, so they rolled her over, kind of help her get all the stuff out of her lungs and just kind of move her body around. And she still held on for another 30, 45 minutes after that. We were like, my God, woman, really, you, okay. We get it. Let go. Let go. Yeah. There's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can tell us. There's nothing else, Mom, you're fine. Just literally, my brother's a tyrant and that's all that matters. So but finally she passes and it takes, again, remember this is a very busy week.
Right.
They had to come and get her body.
Yeah.
So yeah, she died at 12:58. They did not come till 3:30.
Yeah.
So that left us more time to drink. So we did.
Yeah.
By the time they got here, he left. He's like, you guys, I'm done.
You guys are
you guys are fine. You're not going anywhere. That is it. So they come in to get her. And again, our house is very old, so there's not very big doorways to get through gurneys through.
Yep. Oh,
so these two tiny ladies come to pick my mom up and they put the sheet underneath her and we're like, how is this going to work? And the gurney's out here in the hallway and they tie her up in this blanket. And I was like, $20, they drop her. My brother just starts busting up and the ladies, they had to have heard me. They just had to. And they could barely get her onto half the gurney and then had to move her down. It was just this comical, we were so tired. It was the weirdest day ever. And then they take her out and then they were super sweet. They were very respectful, they had to put up with us. We didn't have to put up with them. That's how that went. And then they were about to take her out the door and I'm like, do we walk her to her car? This is our last date. How do we get, what? I mean, they already kind of put the sheet over her, so we can't kiss her goodbye. All right. So my brother and I are standing at the door and we both went at the exact same time. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye. All right, bye-bye. Bye, Mom. See you. Bye-bye. Have a good trip. Bye-bye. And then we shut the door and he was like, that was so weird. Like literally it was the most bizarre day of our whole entire lives. It just was exactly how Linda would have had it. And it couldn't have been any different.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely our sarcasm and humor kept us going through the day. Sometimes it got a little dark. Sometimes it didn't. But, you know, I mean, I think the one thing I have to keep reminding myself. So as a person who had to give her this, like mix it up and give it to her, she had to drink it, but I had to give it to her, was to remind myself. And I haven't really fought with this too much, but it has been a thought of like, I did not kill her.
Yeah.
She chose to drink this. This was on her own thing. Like I did not, this was not on me. This is what she wanted. I helped her mix it. But other than that, that's what that was. So I think that part's a little hard. But knowing this is what she wanted, I feel like it's more of an honor to have done it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She'd known and planned for it for
years.
a very long time.
Yeah. Years. Ingrained it in us. Like, this is what she wanted to do. Her sister was like, oh my gosh, Dr. Kevorkian is my hero. And I'm like, oh my God, I have the weirdest family in the world. One aunt wanted clean panties on her from Victoria's Secret. And the other one was excited that Dr.
to me is just so funny.
Yeah. So she went out with bright pink panties on. She was cremated with bright pink panties on.
Good
and
job,
a really
Linda.
nice bra. Yeah. Said, well done, Mom.
1, 2, 3, 4. Paper planes fly me to outer space. That's where I'll see your face and have you with me. It may seem dark, but you always light my spark in my heart since the start. Oh, 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 oh,
How are you feeling now?
What are we, like 3 weeks out? Yeah. Something like that. I'm exhausted. It's been a lot. I mean, we did everything in 3 weeks. Like literally from the time we knew that she had this tumor that was going to end her life to her funeral was exactly 3 weeks.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Still
didn't
kinda
ever
surreal,
really.
yeah.
Yeah. And the hospice nurse was kind enough to say to me, Aimee, what I noticed about you and your family, but especially you, how you are dealing with this, is that you're a to-doer. You are like, okay, we have this to-do list. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. She goes, and at some point in time, that list is going to end. And I just want you to be aware of that. And it was so good because it's not necessarily ended, but there's a ton more to do. But in the end, it definitely is true that it's like, it hits me. I think yesterday was my very first day that I slept in. I laid on her couch the whole day and I hadn't done anything, but the morning I just sobbed in the kitchen and was waiting for her to, hear her and what we called her pimp stick, like walk out of the thing and, come in and be like, hi, what are you doing? I'm like, and still hasn't come. And so we, the kitchen's dirty and we're like, Linda? Yeah, where's Linda, the house manager?
Come clean the kitchen.
God. I know. And I mean, for the last 3 weeks, excuse my language, but it's like, fuck, Linda, where are you? Like, man, like, where have you, she didn't do that. So now it's like our saying,
Linda.
Oh, Linda. That's the PG version of it. Oh, Linda. Like, why is this not done? Or where did this go? Oh, Linda. But, she's missed around here. Because she did live with us for so long. And I mean, 11 months is longer than I lived with her until I was 10 and I never lived with her again. So this was a huge, huge part. And it was hard. It was hard to take care of someone who didn't take care of me. But, you know, in the end, it was the right thing to do. And I think we can all say, all four of us that had lived here with her, it was hard, but it was the right thing. And it honored her in a way that we couldn't have honored her any other way.
Yeah, what an honor of her. I mean, I don't know what her situation really was before she moved here, but I mean, how do you do that? How would she have done it without you? Right. I don't know that there's a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems really difficult to do without.
And her and I talked about that of like, what would you have done if you had a pulmonary embolism? You can't drive yourself. You know, you couldn't, there was no family around. Yeah. There was just her like horrible partner that she had broken up with. And so that was it. Like that was all that was around. And so I'm glad she's here. And my brother and I kind of gave her like there was no, like your choice is either you're going to come and live with me and do this, or you're going to find an apartment here and do it. But you don't get to stay there. Yeah. We did give her like, I don't know, maybe 6 months, 3 months, something like that before. Yeah. Yeah. And then when she moved, we're like, hey, it's just temporary for right now, because she moved in June. Yeah. And then she didn't sell her house. Well, I went out there and cleared her house out in October. Yeah. So that was a long time. And then, you know, and that's the other thing too, is that we kind of got all that stuff done. Like she still has a lot of stuff, but not as much as having to go through her whole house. Mm-hmm. Like that would have been horrible. Well,
when we talked on the podcast before, that was a huge, I mean, she didn't cry much during our conversation, but when she talked about leaving that house and leaving California, it was huge. That was a hard thing to do.
It was very hard for her. And, you know, someone said to me at her funeral that, you know, they didn't really know us much because I didn't have really a relationship with my mom like I did, but I didn't. And they said it was really cool to see the two parts of Linda's life collide. Like to actually, you know, we got to meet her. We got to meet her, everything that she had put her heart into. Yeah. And the one thing that we were always jealous of, because she gave everything to them and not to us. And so it was a bittersweet, like it was good to meet them. And at the same time, I was, you know, like you guys got more of her than we did. Right. So, but it was good. And yeah, I mean, I think that part was hard, was like, gosh, we missed out on so many things. You know, we missed out on so many parts of her life that we could have been a part of, but she chose to move back there. And I think we all believe that her moving back there was the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
When she chose to move back there, it was kind of this like, she kind of fell into like this depression. She wasn't with us anymore. She was out there and she just kind of upped and moved. She didn't really and we were kind of, you know, we had young kids. We really needed her help, and she just upped and moved. Like that was it. And then she met this guy, and that was it. That was it. Kind of, her whole life got lost. And she made a big difference in all of their lives, but definitely it was a hard one for us to swallow. And definitely, you know, my mom kind of danced to the beat of her own drum. And
really?
Yeah. She's, surprised. And she kind of did that all the time. And so I didn't live with her from 10 on. My brother stayed with her. And so that was kind of an interesting, you know, as we talked, my brother and I late into the night with one of his good friends after the funeral, and just talked about like just how my mom literally just was so did her own thing. You know, her and her friends would hang out in their backyard just butt naked with like a house full of boys next door. And they didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, they just did not care. And my mom, she really just did not like children. Like how my brother and I are even here. I think my mom still was questioning that at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did this even, like, she just really did not like kids. And even like my kids, when they were born, she loved them to a point, but she just was like, you know, like, I think the best part was that she could walk away from them and not have any issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did her own thing. She did what she wanted to do, and a lot of bad choices that led her to where she was. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about your mom and your cancer. And I'm like, thank you. And it was self-inflicted. Like she knew that that 85% chance she would not get her cancer back if she didn't stop smoking, or if she had stopped smoking, 85% chance she would never get it back again. And she did. She was with a guy who kept smoking, and apparently he has cancer himself now.
Wow.
Things you find on phones after a loved one passes. So fun. But yeah, she was fun. Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah. She was super loving.
And I mean, as you know, like as much as she kind of did her own thing and, you know, lived out in California, and you guys didn't talk to her all that much for a while. I mean, 11 months of redemption is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And not very many people get that. You know?
No, not many people get that. And not many people would
want that.
Would want and be willing to have that, because while it is like an opportunity, it's also a burden.
Yeah.
And that's real. And people always say, I don't want to be a burden to my family, but there is burden.
There is
regardless.
burden.
There's always burden. And there was a burden with having her here. There was a burden with having somebody live with illness in your home. And there's a burden with having somebody die in your home.
Yeah.
I mean, even though she did her best to take care of it, and I think she probably did a pretty good job, as good as anybody could do.
Yeah.
There's still a burden associated with that.
Yeah.
And being willing to show up and carry that burden willingly or begrudgingly or whatever, you know, so probably sometimes both. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's days where I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then she started smoking during her time here. That was the other. That was like, I was like, look, I'm pretty tolerant of the things that you want, but there's one thing I will not do, and that's you smoking. No, I said you can drink as many bottles of wine as you want every night. I do not care, but you will not smoke.
Don't smoke.
I was like, no, we're not smoking. So then, but here's my mom though. Like here's like that. If you want to say like more of that addiction of hers is that she realized, so she couldn't do oxy because it just made her nasty. She was just so nasty on oxy.
Oh, she's mean?
Oh.
That was a reaction from the whole family. Okay.
Oh, she was so horrible. Like just so mean, so irritable. And it didn't help her. Like it just didn't take the pain away at all. So she started doing edibles, which we were all like, yes. Mm-hmm. It was the best thing ever. She felt better. Did
it help with the pain?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everything. She slept through the night. Everything. She was just so great. But somewhere, somehow, in this whole edible situation, she found vaping. Correct. She was, and mind you, like, here's the thing is that, like, I became the mom in the situation. Yeah. She was a child.
Yeah.
And so
what a weird flip.
It was such a weird flip. And I think I walked into her room and she's like, I have to talk to you. And I was like, oh, well, what's going on? And she goes, well, I'm vaping now. And I was like, oh, good Lord. I was like, all right. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I know it's not amazing, but I feel like I'm getting the nicotine. I'm getting all the stuff. And I was like,
oh God,
great. Like she goes, and it doesn't smell. And again, I told her not to smoke. She found a different way to do it. I had
It's
to
not
be
technically smoking,
right.
Aimee.
Right. Thank you. I mean, that's the hard part was that like, I literally had to remind myself I'm the daughter. I'm not the mom.
That's true.
And in that moment, I had to remind myself, like, she's a grown woman.
Yeah.
She gets to do what she wants to do. And as long as it's not affecting my family, then I'm okay with that. And it wasn't. She just sat by her window. And I think from that time on, she really stayed in her room a lot. Like she really didn't come out much. She didn't get up from her chair much. I don't want to, I mean, it could have maybe made a difference in the growth of the brain tumor. I don't know. The brain tumor, she started getting headaches in February and she passed away in the beginning of April. Yeah. So, 8 weeks, but she was Linda. I mean, there's just no way around that. She just she did her thing. And I think the funeral director guy asked me the other day, so, what kind of legacy does she leave? And I was like, that's a good question. I don't know. I forget what I said. I forget what I said because I don't even think it was really a thing. Like, I don't even know. But what did my mom leave me? Gosh. I mean, I don't know. Like, I still am kind of like trying to figure that out. I think for me, the legacy that was left was like, even though it feels hard, sometimes it's the right thing to do. And sometimes, to honor the people around you, you just kind of do it. And I think she really showed, like, whether she knew it or not, that's kind of what she showed me was like, I want my kids to one day honor me like that. And so if I'm not willing to do that to my own mom, I can't expect them to do it. And so, like one point I had gotten my, all my stuff looked at and like for my face, and Trinity had looked at me and she goes, "Look, if you have cancer, I'm going to punch you in the face." And I was like, "No, I don't have it. So you're good." Yeah. We were all quite relieved on that one. I was like, we don't need any more cancer right now.
Not right now.
Not right now. Maybe later.
Give it a year or two.
Down the road.
Yeah.
But I mean,
oh my goodness.
I think in the end, we all kind of grew through it. We all just, even now it's quiet in here. I'm expecting her to walk out at any time with her pimp stick and be like, "What are you guys doing out here? Why no one tells me anything?" So that was her big, no one ever.
Just driving her because she hated driving. And since I got my permit, she loved me driving.
Oh
her.
yeah, I'm sure.
And all I hear, no one tells me anything. So I was like, "Oh, we're going to this place." "Oh, what?" "Oh,
no one tells me anything.
No one tells me anything.
Yeah, that was her. Those are so parting
every
words.
Every time we had to go somewhere, go stop by your room real quick. "Hey, we're going here," and then leave. Even if it doesn't relate to her at all, we have to.
She's not even a part of it. Yeah, she had to know what was going on. She kept tabs of Dwayne all the time. "Why aren't you home for lunch? What's happening? What are you doing,
Dwayne? Yeah. What are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing?" So
my last good laugh with her was it was me, you, in the room, and I don't remember who else. And I would come home and I would watch Chicago PD with her. And so I had already watched the whole series, and she was watching it on TV, and I was like, "Oh, you haven't seen this part?"
Oh, you're gonna ruin it.
I said, "Well, let me tell you, he dies, and they get married." And she goes, "F you, Dwayne." You're not gonna see it either.
yeah, he's like,
Yeah, you should give her the whole rundown.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so mad.
She was so mad at me.
Dwayne. Oh, why is he telling me, Aimee? I'm like, "You're not going to be around anyway to see it." And she's like, "It doesn't matter." Yeah.
That's great. Well, this has been great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to say?
I think we covered it. Tren, do you have anything? No.
This has really been great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, I should have brought Linda out here.
Oh, we should have had her here the whole time. Oh my God! I can't believe we did that. Once again, she's left.
I know. God, you need to tell her
Thank you to Aimee for so honestly and openly talking about your mother and your experience. Thank you for your vulnerability and candor, as well as all of the funny parts of the whole process. You've given us a deeper look at who Linda was. You've also shown us that everything doesn't always have to go smoothly, but that laughing about the mess-ups is an option. I want to say what an honor it is and was for me to get to know Linda and Aimee. I loved recording the podcast with them, and I am also glad that I had the privilege of being their chaplain. Linda and I shared some sweet moments in the hospital and a few laughs. Thank you to Linda for sharing your life and your family with us. Even though I know you've gone and you were eager to do so, I can't and won't delete that email. Thank you for thinking of me and taking a few of your last remaining minutes to send me an email. Oh, Linda. See you on the other side. If you enjoy the Dying to Tell You podcast and believe in our mission to demystify death and dying and to help people live more thoughtful and intentional lives, you can join us in that mission by spreading the word. Here are 3 ways that you can help us. Leave us a good review on whatever platform you listen to this podcast. Follow us on social media, all of which can be found on our website, dttypodcast.com. Thirdly, word of mouth is one of the most powerful ways of spreading the message. Tell 2 or 3 people that you love about this podcast. Thank you for considering joining us on this mission. As always, if you or a loved one is living with a life-limiting illness and would be willing to share your story, please contact us on our website, dttypodcast.com, and click the Share Your Story link. This is Dying to Tell You.